Why is it that whenever the weekend comes, the weather just goes miserable and wet? A bit like the week's been, really. But I've got to go to town and get a few bits and pieces, and we'll talk more. Guys, what a lousy day. Grey, raining, miserable. Bit like the week I've just had, I suppose. I mean, I've had bits and pieces to do, but basically just after the weekend, been out on the Saturday and had my meal and stuff like that, and went to work Monday and we're all laid off. So I am officially going to be jobless. So I've been looking online and what have you. I've already applied for one job. Been looking at another one. Just filling out the application, which is huge. Don't hold any hope for that one. I get the impression they're looking for someone a little on the younger side than 50. So yeah, been quite a depressing week, really. Much like today's weather. So yeah, pretty much looking for any job at the minute, because obviously jobs are thin on the ground. So yeah, anyway, let's talk about something else. It's bloody depressing anyway. So what have we got? Just put a review video up late yesterday, which some of you have already seen it, that much I do know. Do check out my feature in a desk tour over on Dave Parent's channel, DPNH Tech, and that's because it's his birthday today, so do go and wish him a happy birthday. He put his desk tour up and there's me and some other YouTubers on the front wishing him a happy birthday. What else? I did a few recordings yesterday actually, but some of them are like, first part, stuff like that. I haven't got any other finished works on the Mac just yet, but I'm hoping to get some of that done today. If not, some days I've been finishing work early, because at the minute, of course, all we're doing is clearing up and emptying the place out. It is fully closing down. So what else? So yeah, like I say, I've got some more stuff coming anyway. Got a nice wireless charger that I'm on with at the minute. That's being tested on my desk right now. It's something I've always wanted to have a play around with, is the whole wireless charging thing. Obviously, with the iPhone, it's on now. Actually, I've got one of those little plates that sticks to the back of your phone and has a jack that goes into the bottom of the lightning port, and it is working perfectly well actually. Fully charges just as fast as a cable does. But then I noticed when I got up this morning, it's got an overcharge cycle on it. So, and that allowed it to drop overnight after it fully charged. That allowed it to drop to was it? I got it this morning, looked at it, it was just over 80%, even though I remember it filling up and finishing charging last night. So maybe, I don't know, it's a funny thing, isn't it, putting stuff on chargers like that. I mean, I know a fair bit of energy is wasted in heat dissipation with those sorts of chargers. You know, they're not particularly green or economic, for want of a better way of putting it. But yeah, they're impressive, and you know, hopefully when Apple get their finger out, and hopefully it's in the next iteration of their phone, hopefully they don't sort of lock it down and make it so you've got to buy their stuff, which they probably will. It probably will. It'll probably be one of these things that you just have to have it in the room. It doesn't have to be connected to anything or touching anything. I mean, that's the rumours that they've been looking at, and I did know of this device from a couple of years ago at CES. So be interesting, but I think they're going to make it so it's pretty damned awkward to use other people's stuff, which, you know, Apple are the masters of doing it, aren't they? Or making people pay to use their software and what have you. So it'll probably be a device that you have to buy separately. It'll be expensive, and not many people will do it to start with. And at first, chances are they're going to leave the port in, so that you can just charge by cable, which is what you'll be supplied. And then over time, once the market gets saturated enough with such chargers that can use Apple's software and what have you, they'll eventually remove the port altogether, I think. I don't see that going just yet completely. I really don't. It wouldn't really follow with what they do. Do you know what I mean? I think they'll, you know, the next step, eventually they will get rid of all ports on the phones. That seems to be their agenda, I think, in my mind. But we shall see. So, I'm cooking beef today anyway, guys. Got a piece of beef yesterday off the butcher. I mean, it's, yeah, alright, I could cook back and get my meat from elsewhere, but that would just depress me even more because it doesn't taste like it should. I suppose actually that had proved itself a few nights back. What was it? It was some pork, the chops without the bones, more like a medallion, and they were on my plate when I got home from work. I ate them, and I actually had to ask the wife what meat it was. I thought it was pork, going by its structure and the way it cut and ate, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't taste like it. It didn't really taste of it much at all. So, you know, it just proves, you know, the quality of meat does make a difference. Although I have found out that my butcher that comes around also sells bacon. He sells some dry cured stuff, thick cut. So it's like, you know, it's about, you know, around the 3, 4, maybe 5 mil thick. It varies slightly. And I mean, I wasn't buying any yesterday, but I just said to him, I said, can you just tell me how much it would cost for 6 of those? Because obviously you get 6 thick cuts in a pack when you go to like Tesco's or somewhere like that. And they're charging £2 at the minute for one of those packs. You know, when it's not on a deal, it's just like, you know, oh, they're trying to make out that it's a deal to say only £2 or something like that on it. But it was £2 a pack, because I'd already bought one yesterday as it was. And then, so I said, I'm just curious right now. And he said, well, it doesn't, he says, you don't get a lot of the white water out of it when you cook it, this stuff. Because he says it is a dry cured bacon. And he weighed me 6 slices up, which is basically what I would have got from Tesco's. And it came to 186 or something like that. So a price saving on better quality meat. So, I think next week I'll probably get some bacon off him. The only trouble is, of course, that some of it we would probably need to freeze it. So we're thinking of possibly getting certain cuts off him, you know, for the best part of a week's worth, and you know, put them on ice at home and see how it goes. So yeah, So I'm going to do that. Like I say, I'm just a bit. I'm not in best of fettle. This whole thing with the job has really sort of knocked me for six, really. And it doesn't help when you get days like this when you have things planned and that, you know. And the raspberries in flower. It's not the raspberry, blackcurrant. It's a blackcurrant bush. Yeah, it's in flower. It's got like these pink little flower buds all over it. But yeah, everything's starting to come out. Yeah, I was. I got interrupted there by a FaceTime call. It was my grandkids. Actually, Robert Cooper, you might be able to help me with it. What it was my grandson wanted to do screen recording from Xbox. So I don't know if you know a way that he could. Now there is an old MacBook and a newer style MacBook available at their house. So I don't know if they can do it via a screen record there, obviously, because these screen capture devices are quite expensive. So yeah, let me know underneath if you know of a way, and I can pass it on. I mean, I think they're going to Google it now anyway and see if they can find out. But yeah, let me know about that. Anyway, I'm going to go in, guys. I think that's quite enough of that smut, isn't it? Just making a brew, actually. So yeah, tea was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely loved my my beef and Yorkshire puddings. Yeah, I was. What was it? I can't remember. There was something. I've got to. I don't think I'm going to get around to videos today because I've got to go and clean up some of me. What it is, I was storing a lot of tools at work. I've had to bring them home, and they're all in my living room, much to the wife's dismay. So yeah, I've got to clear it out. I've got to have a swap round in the sheds, and there's some stuff in there that needs clearing out, so it's all going to have to go in there basically. I used to have a cabinet in there, steel cabinet that I took to work, and that's still roll bolted to the floor in the back of the workspace. And I was umming and ahhing about bringing it home, and to be honest, I can't be bothered. And I think with some of the tools that I've got there, some of it's getting a bit old and dated. So I'm actually going to clean some of it down and sell it. There are bits that I just won't use anymore, so I may as well just get rid. So that's what I decided I was going to do, and get rid of some of it. I'll just stick it on Facebook or something like that, you know. Somebody will pick it up for a few quid here, a few quid there, sort of thing. So I thought that's what I would do anyway. I was just playing with my little Pixie tripod. It's the one I used actually to do the time-lapse that you just saw of the Yorkshire puddings rising, of which I've still got a couple left. Hey, I have to get some jam on them, I think, and get them down me. So yeah, it's I'm keeping on a brave front at the minute. Got to, aren't you? Otherwise you'll just sit down and cry your eyes out. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to call it a day, guys. It's just the dishwasher, and I'm going to sign off here, and hopefully I'll see you next week with some better news. So keep your chins up, do take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Cheers guys, see you.